What are these sisters going to say about Karen being pregnant? What's good, y'all? She gets this Erica Vane coming to you with another sisters video right here on Erica Vane TV, your number one source for sisters content. And in today's video, we're going to talk about what the sisters are going to say, how they may respond, and maybe what are they thinking after Karen reveals to them in episode 5, which is coming up, that she is pregnant. Now, I would love for you to, as you are watching this video, to let me know if you agree, if you disagree, or if you're unsure, or even let me know what your predictions for what each sister is going to say in the comment section down below. If you're new here, go ahead and turn on your bell notifications as you hit that subscribe button, because I know that you're going to love it here and I totally want you to join the tribe. We love to keep the conversation going about one of our favorite show, Sisters, and I think that you are going to really love it here, as I mentioned before. If you are returning, welcome back. I love my amazing subbies. You guys are so loyal, so dope, so supportive, and we have the best conversations. So without further ado, let's get into what these sisters gonna say. All right, y'all. So in episode 4, we saw Karen give Andi a call and tell her that she needed to talk to all the sisters. Andi responded, oh, well, you know, Danny's still mad at you. Well, that's fine. I still need to talk to them. Karen ain't tripping about that. So Andi's like, cool, at my place? Cool. So they're going to be meeting up at Andi's place in episode 5 to talk, to hear what Karen has to say. Now, I have mentioned this in other videos before. I'm kind of annoyed. I'm annoyed that these girls haven't figured it out. I'm annoyed that these girls have kind of dismissed some of Karen's erratic behaviors just as her being miserable or unhappy and stuck on stupid when it came to Zach, when there definitely was something more brewing. And I feel like as her friends, that is something that you should be able to pick up on. The fact that she's not drinking, and Andi every single time goes to the fact that she's not drinking because of a man. It really annoys me, but then I also have to step back and try to give Andi a little bit of grace, because of course she's going to look at it through the lens of, oh, this woman is doing this because of a man, because Andi does a lot of things because of men. She really makes a lot of the decisions in her life. She allows her confidence or her self-esteem to be deeply grounded in the way that a man is pursuing her, the crazy lengths that he goes to, the drama and trauma that he might put her through. So that also makes sense, right? You can't be for somebody else what you aren't for yourself. So if Andi looks at herself and knows that she makes decisions based on men and what they think and what they want, then of course she's going to look at her friend Karen and be like, oh, she's not drinking because of a man, or she's not drinking because of something trivial. And honestly, I hate that for the both of them. I hate that for Andi because she deserves better, and I've been saying that this whole time. And I hate that for Karen because she deserves friends who can actually help her along through this time where she's really deeply struggling. Like, yes, I know that she was super emotional with Zach. We had the whole stint of her, you know, really trying to get Zach back and just wanting him to tell her this magic key of phrases the way that she wanted to hear it, and that would be the thing that would help her move on, because she was struggling with moving on. But I like to keep everything in context about that, of like, she also was doing that knowing something was going on with her body and having the inkling that she was pregnant, and then dealing with hormones and all of that kind of stuff. And I really hate that we kind of glossed over, or maybe we're not, maybe in this episode this is where Tyler Perry is going to address how all of her friends kind of just glossed over and dismissed all of what she had going on as something trivial, because they got trivial going on in their lives. Like, Sabrina's pining after Calvin, don't know if he's gay, don't know if he's straight, don't know if she really wants him, don't know if she's turned off. And it's like, girl, make a decision, get in or get out, shit or get off the pot. And Danni is playing games with rodeo. So while they all got trivial things going on, Karen has this really big thing that's happening. And I guess now that I have articulated that way, I'm like, okay, so what do you expect from these girls, Erica? Of course they're not going to see the deeper things when they can't even see the deeper problems to the root of their little superficial issues in their own lives. So okay, fine, we're going to give them grace here. But I'm hoping that something comes about this conversation. But I didn't even think I was going to go there with this video. Let me go back to what I was originally saying. What do I think? How do I think everybody is going to respond? Andi. I think Andi is going to run tell Fatima immediately. I think Andi is probably not going to respond in the moment. She's going to hit Karen with the, oh, okay. And she's going to probably ask more questions, but she's going to try to not let on how she feels either way. I think that she's going to feel like caught in the middle, because she has seen Zach and Fatima together. She has seen how happy they are together. And I think that she's going to assume that, well, she's going to probably ask the Zach no. And that's probably going to get dragged out, because we know how Tyler Perry does. But she's going to assume at first that Zach doesn't know, which means that Fatima doesn't know. Then she's going to worry about Fatima. And in that moment, it's like, girl, this is not really about Fatima. This is about you being here for your friends. So So I hope that Andi is able to cycle through what I'm saying really, really quickly and be able to support and be there for her friend in this moment that she's telling her this. But I can 100% see Andi going to a place of focusing on Fatima as Karen is telling her and not really being supportive of it. Now, another thing that I wonder when it comes to Andi, and this is, again, y'all, this is just my speculation because we haven't really seen this by way of her character development, and I try to root a lot of my things in what we have been given on screen and not just my assumptions. However, I don't know if Andi really wants kids, but I could see Andi being jealous if she does. And I could see that being something that impacts how she responds to Karen once Karen reveals that she's pregnant, especially, you know, her being pregnant by Zach. Zach has moved on with Fatima. Karen also has Aaron, who has been very, very patient. And Andi, while she does have Gary, you know, vying for her, trying to buy her back, and Robin trying to figure out where he fits in, Andi stuff still don't feel like rock solid or stable. And while Karen's isn't as well, it does feel like she's going to have support with Zach because he's just a solid dude. And then she's also going to have Aaron. And I could totally see Andi being a person that is jealous of this setup. Now, again, that is 100% my speculation. I would love to know what y'all think about that in the comment section down below, but that's just what I'm thinking. I don't necessarily think that Andi is going to be the friend that she needs to be in this moment as this stuff is revealed. And honestly, I'm going from the fact that I don't think that Andi has been a solid friend, a consistent friend for quite a while with a lot of these girls. She hasn't been that with Karen. She hasn't been that with Fatima. She kind of flip-flops, and she, on one side she's talking about the other, on the other side she's talking about the other, and it's really a mess. So I'm not gonna magically like see she gonna get it together specifically for this conversation. That's what I think. That's what I think Andi's gonna be giving. I guess we're gonna see, y'all. Now let's go to Sabrina. Sabrina is going to be supportive and happy, and Sabrina is going to be the girl that's talking about, yes, I can't wait to be an auntie and all the cute clothes. And she's going to have a moment of like, well, does Zach know? And is he okay with it? And okay, great, we're going to figure it out. You're not alone, Karen. She's going to be the super supportive, trying to be nurturing one, super positive, and I'm really excited for her. I hope that this is something that's going to shake Sabrina back awake to Karen, because she's also been a person who just kind of dismissed Karen like, oh, she's just being crazy or whatever. And I think that this is something that will help Sabrina better check in on her friend and be like, okay, no, I need to be closer to Karen. I need to be here to support her during this time. We're all having a baby. I definitely think Sabrina is the character of like the friend that's going to be, we are having a baby, and give all of that vibe and energy. I think that Sabrina is going to be the most positive of all the girls in the room as Karen is revealing this, and she would really shock me if she's not, y'all. So let me know what you think Sabrina is going to say or think or do in the comment section down below as well. And last but certainly not least, what is Daniella going to say? Because you know Daniella got an attitude right now. Daniella is not feeling Karen, even though Karen ain't do nothing to Daniella. Daniella is struggling with her own issues with Preston, but we're going to let her live. I think Danny's going to ask, is she going to keep it? I think that might be the first thing that comes out of Danny's mouth. And I don't think that she's going to say it to be malicious. I don't think that she's going to say it to be mean. I think that it's naturally just going to come out. And also it's kind of mirroring the space that Danny's in. Danny is not really in a great headspace. She's in a confused space. She's kind of borderline and negative a little bit and pessimistic. She's already, you know, told other people that Zach really does love Fatima. So she could go to a space of like, well, girl, he's already moved on. Why would you have a baby with him? She might go to the how do you know? How do you know it's Zach's? Didn't you say you slept with the preacher man? We might get all of that energy from Danny. But ultimately, I think that once she gets all her questions out, once she has her initial knee-jerk reactions, Danny is going to be supportive. And then Danny might start to be the one to put two and two together and be like, that is why your ass has been acting so crazy. You were just hormonal. Like, girl, why didn't you tell us? This, that, and the third. I could definitely see Danny playing both sides when it comes, or going through, not playing both sides, going through the full range of emotions when it comes to the revelation of Karen being pregnant. Now, what I'm hoping is that regardless of how all of these girls respond to Karen, that Karen can stay in this really grounded place that she's been in. Because I don't know if y'all noticed, but Karen has been very calm in this season. as a whole. Like, aside from them pulling her over in the car and, you know, dealing with the cops and them starting to sing and she had to check them, she's been very, very calm, and she's been a lot more level-headed and grounded. I think that she is, like she told Aaron in episode 4, she's taking time to process everything that's happening to her and happening with her, and trying to make the best decisions moving forward. So I could totally see, you know, her just listening, maybe responding to some of the questions that are being asked, and then like, well, y'all are gonna help me or you're not. Regardless, this baby is coming and I gotta figure out what to do, and now it's not even about me. I have to be mature, I have to do this, I have to do that. And I love this, honestly, for this group. I think this baby will be a wake-up call to all these girls, because they are wasting so much of their lives doing all this dumb stuff. Like Andi with Gary, you're wasting a bunch of time pining after being stuck in this toxic cycle with a man who treats you horribly and who demeans you and makes you feel less than, only for him to come back and try to pat you up just so that he can prepare you for the next fall. Danni, you had a really great guy who was so into you and you ran him off because of whatever you have going on, and instead of being able to be open and talk about your insecurities like we're seeing with Zach and Fatima, you are creating more negative space, ruining that relationship, and then attempting to make yourself feel good by physically engaging with other people, and that is still empty for you. Like, that is still not giving you what you want. Sabrina, you ultimately want to be in a stable, healthy relationship with a man who makes you feel like you're the woman in the relationship, but yet you still keep running to Calvin, who can't figure out if he wants to be metro or toxic masculinity. And I think that this baby could be a wake-up call to everybody of like, life goes on, time is passing us by, things are happening, and if you want to have a better life, if you want to have a happy life that you really feel like you deserve, then you're going to have to make some decisions and do some things different. Okay, well, y'all, that is my little preview predictions for what I think these sisters gonna say when Karen tells them that she is pregnant. Drop down in the comment section down below and let me know what you think. If you made it all the way to the end of this video and you have yet to subscribe, what you waiting on, huh? Hit the subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications, and then go and give me a comment and let me know what you thought about the video, what you think about these sisters and how they're gonna respond. If you want to deep dive into if Zach is about to propose to Fatima, click this video right here. And if you want to preview into episode 7 that's coming with my synopsis breakdown, click this video right here.